Hello, welcome to Serious About Comics. I'm Doc Serious, and I'm here to talk serious about comics. This is Comic Book Booty Call, checking in with the X, and today we are checking in with Phoenix #1. This review contains spoilers. Do not continue if you want to avoid spoilers. Phoenix #1 is written by Stephanie Phillips and drawn by Alessandro Miracola, with colors by David Curiel, letters by Corey Pettit, and the main cover by Yasmin Putri. The cast. Naturally, this issue features Jean Grey as the Phoenix. This is Jean's first solo series with a code name. She had her first solo series in 2017, Jean Grey, and a second Jean Grey Volume 2 in 2023. But now, finally, Jean Grey is starring as her iconic identity, Phoenix. And Jeanix, she's not my favorite character. When I first started with the X as a younger, less experienced reader, she was mythic. The X-Men who was reborn after saving her team, reborn with vast cosmic power, driven insane, destroyed stars, planets, civilizations, and sacrificed herself to, again, save her team. The story of a quiet young mutant who grew to godlike levels and made epic sacrifice is a tale for all time. Which is why you can't tell an X-Men story without the Dark Phoenix saga. Then she returned, and I was fine with that. But then Jean soured on me, as Jean Grey, Omega-level telepath and telekinetic, and the newly dubbed Phoenix Force became Gordian knotted, and Jean was often discussed and presented as being as powerful as the Phoenix Force without, well, the Phoenix Force. Plus, she died at least 4 times too many. But Jeanix isn't alone. She's got Rich Rider, Nova, with her. And I've been a fan of the Human Rocket since his weird villain days from the late 70s. Be sure to thank Nova, Jean. He got you a booty.
Get!
But what about the villains? We see Morg, Galactus' 10th Herald, the Herald following Frankie Ray, also known as Nova, a different Nova from Richard Rider, and Morg came before Red Shift. I like Morg. His whole existence makes sense to me. Galactus needed a new herald that wasn't so soft-hearted as to get in the way of his job, like Silver Surfer and Fire Lord and Frankie Ray, but also a herald who would be loyal, unlike that guy Terrax. He was so focused on the character of his next herald, when he gave him the power cosmic, he kinda went basic. No fire powers, no silver skin, no surfboards, no earth powers, just, you remind me of a barbarian. Here, take an axe. We also see Pericus, a Thor villain, a dark god of power unlimited and energy infinite who... Wait, is this right? You're kidding me. He hasn't been seen in 20 years? Yeah, okay, energy infinite. That's right. Truth be told, I appreciate lesser used characters, but it's ironic he was a god of such grandiosity, and then he disappeared for 20 years. I don't really know much about Pericus, but what I can see, it doesn't look like much was done to give him much character or originality. Evil god, Thor enemy with great strength and generic energy powers. The most interesting thing about Pericus is, Thor cleaved off one of his arms in their last battle. But despite my appreciation of Morg, he's just there to provide action as he's a punching bag for our heroes. which kind of downplays his threat since we don't get any information, if you're not familiar with him, about being a former Herald of Galactus. However, Pericus, while he doesn't fight our heroes in this issue, he certainly is written with a sense of portending threat. Both Morg and Pericus show us the level at which Phoenix will be working, and while I would have preferred a better showing for Morg, Pericus is giving us the look of an imposing menace. They earn one booty, and hashtag more Morg.
Get!
Story. The first issue of Phoenix sets up our main character, the general concept behind our series, and the setup for our first arc. We see Phoenix deal with some apocalyptic level cosmic catastrophes to see Phoenix's power levels. What I found most interesting, however, is the Marvel X title seemed to be working to renovate Cyclops' image. Being a friendly and supportive boss over an X-Men #1 and a sensitive and attentive boy, husband, friend thing? What are these days? Anyway, I'm all for it. And I mean the abs. One booty.
Get!
Another interesting component is the flash forward. Phoenix, Corsair, and the Black Order. Even with all her power, Genix is getting help to deal with Pericus, and it's not your usual cosmic heroes. Another booty.
Get!
Art. I don't really know art styles and color coordination and line theory and artsy-fartsy stuff, but I know what I like, and Miracola's art is something I like. There's a particular sequence where Phillips writes, "She gave every part of herself to the stars, feeling the cosmos as it moves around her until it eventually joined her in dance." That page, those panels, really carry the impression of dancing on a cosmic scale thanks to Miracola's art. And what about the cake? We get one Phoenix booty,
Get!
we get some more abs, and
Get!
one more time, if you please, gratuitous Cyclops abs.
Oh my
One booty.
God.
And there you have it. Isn't that surprising? A title featuring a character I wasn't really looking forward to reading, but Stephanie Phillips and Alessandro Miracola earned Phoenix #1, 5 booties.
Oh my God.
Be sure to give us a like if we're not the worst thing you watched today. And come back next week when we see how Nick's #1 handles the comic book booty call. Remember, this is Serious About Comics, and I'm serious.